So today we're going to be doing an experiment to see what happens when we get some dry ice and cover it with soap. And so I'll start off with the materials. Materials that we're going to need is obviously dry ice, and it's a dry ice experiment. So we're going to take some dry ice, some soap, have some Dawn. Dawn looks pretty good. So we're going to use some Dawn soap. We also need two bowls. So we have a big bowl and a little bowl. We also need a rag to soak into the small bowl with some soap in there. And then we also need hot water and cold water. Just hot water filled halfway or so in your bowl, your big bowl, and just a little bit in your small bowl. And then also to touch the dry ice, because it's really hot if you touch it, and you can burn your hands. So we need a glove, some kind of glove. I'm using an oven mitt, and it says caution, too hot to handle. So good deal there. So what will happen? Once I put the dry ice into the warm water, what do you think will happen? Also, what will happen to the soapy layer? Once I make the layer with this soapy stuff, what will happen to the layer? And that's another question that you can ponder. So to figure all this stuff out, we'll just do the experiment. So get my handy dandy, too hot to handle glove here, mitt, and take the dry ice, and you see as it's creating vapor, and then we'll just stick it into the hot water. As you can see, it creates a water vapor, which is not hot, but it does look kind of cool. And so now to make the layer of soapy water, we take this, and after we've added some soap into this, kind of let the towel soak, and you don't want it too wet. Then you take some of that and you put it on the edge of the bowl, so it's a little easier to create the layer. So then you take your rag and just kind of go over it, and it popped it, so that didn't work out. Sometimes you have to do it a few times to get it to work. So now, as you can see, the vapor is not coming out anymore, and it is under the little force field. The layer of soap is what it is. And so what do you think will happen? And that's something we're going to wait for a little bit. So there you go. So what happened? So my 24-second explanation is the dry ice made the vapor on the inside. Once we covered it with the soapy water, it continued to build inside, and it needed somewhere to go, so it made the bubble bigger. Once the pressure on the inside was too great to handle, it just popped. And so 24.62 is my explanation. So in my 7-word explanation here is object can only handle so much pressure. That is my demo experiment.